Barcelona side. You talk about the quality that Barcelona have. I mean, you really do feel as though Yamal's going to be at the heart of everything good they are going to do. I mean, Yamal, 4 goals this season, just 16 years of age. Incredible, really, isn't it? Barcelona on the front foot on the left-hand side, but the ball has just gone out of play as it was Cancelo was looking to scamper clear on that left-hand side, but the ball beyond the dead ball mark, and it will be a goal kick for Real Sociedad. So Barcelona in the opening 2.5 minutes of the game, and it is Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. If you are just joining us, goal scorers for Barcelona this year, well, Lewandowski has ever. I mean, he's 35 years of age now, but still back 17 in the league, and João Felix got 7, and Fernan Torres with 7 as well, and Yamal himself with 4. I'm sure that Barcelona will be looking on Yamal next season to get into double digits, really, such as his capacity and potential as a footballer. Throwing for Real Sociedad on the halfway line. Real Sociedad have it outside the confines of their own penalty area, and knocking it around for the first time with any degree of confidence, really, as Norman just has the ball and gets fouled, so it will be a free kick for Real Sociedad. I think it's a free kick they'll take as well, because Barcelona have had all the ball in the opening 3 minutes of the game, and it was a lunging challenge by Christensen, who just direct 1 or 2 questions in the way of the referee, but it was a clear foul. It's a free kick for Real Sociedad. They have the ball at the back, and Ramiro plays it out from the back, and Real Sociedad are playing a little bit of a five-a-side in and around the confines of their own penalty area. Now they're slightly more direct, going long, looking for Beckett. Didn't quite come off, but Real Sociedad still will try to pick up the pieces. And it's gathered now on the left-hand side once again by Real Sociedad. Referee waves play on, and there's an opportunity now on the right-hand side for the away side to potentially get a good ball into the penalty area. Traore, it was with the initial touch, and Real Sociedad now moving the ball pretty intelligently. And everyone's behind the ball bar, Lewandowski for Barcelona. Real Sociedad have it on the edge of the penalty area, ball played inside the penalty area, drops rather invitingly, angles acute, and it's smashed wide of the upright. It's the first real chance of the game for Real Sociedad. It wasn't easy, and Ter Stegen's just having a word with 1 or 2 of his defenders, because he felt as though that was a little bit too easy inside the penalty area. It was just played to the left-hand side of the 6-yard box, and wasn't really too far away in the end. The ball was smashed goalwards and went over the crossbar, but Real Sociedad with the first glimpse of goal, and it was Becker with the opportunity, which he couldn't convert. In fairness to him, it's a really tight angle, got very good connection with it. Now's an opportunity for Robert Lewandowski, who is penalised, and Lewandowski picks the ball up and is absolutely furious with the decision. Just barks 1 or 2 things in the direction of the referee, holds on to the ball for a little bit longer, and eventually Real Sociedad have the ball back. So, Real Sociedad have the ball in between the lines inside the Barcelona half. The game feels nice and open and relatively stretched early on. And here is Traore. Traore now gathers for Real Sociedad. Back inside for Corrientes. Corrientes goes back inside once again. And Traore and Real Sociedad are popping the ball around pretty intelligently. And Barcelona trying to manufacture a high press. Real Sociedad come forwards once again. But Becker was the intended target, but the ball was slightly too long in the end for Becker. Now Barcelona have the ball back just outside their own area. Barcelona knocking it around fairly well once again, and Ter Stegen has the ball outside his own penalty area, and Ter Stegen just moving it around amongst the back four for Barcelona. It's going to be a free kick for Barcelona now, just shy of halfway, and Barcelona once again will just play with a degree of patience here as Ter Stegen has the ball just outside his penalty area. The 32-year-old German has a little look up and just assesses the movement in front of him and tries to find Robert Lewandowski. The ball is up towards Lewandowski and then bounces eventually for Barcelona on that right-hand side, but Real Sociedad fights it back into the challenges and indeed winning it back, and Pedri does gather, and Pedri to the wet in the centre of the park. Certainly one of Barcelona's star men, and Real Sociedad have it back. A little bit clumsy really for both sides, the truth be told, in terms of ball retention in the opening 6.5 minutes or so. So Real Sociedad have the ball, and eventually the trickles out of play for a throw-in, which Rafinha initially gathered, but in the end it's going to be a throw-in, I think, for Real Sociedad in the right-back slot. So So this is deep inside the Real Sociedad half. They have a throw in which Traore is going to take. And Traore just has one hand over the ball, now places the second on it too. And Traore just neck movement to suggest there should be a bit of movement in front of him. It's really cool coming. And Barcelona with again a head tennis just outside the Real Sociedad penalty area. Lewandowski wanted it back, and Real Sociedad pretty calm under pressure. And they have the ball once again inside the centre of the park, and Corrientes keeps it moving. Corrientes goes to his left-hand side, and Real Sociedad are in possession. A real chances for Barcelona in the game so far. That ball has faded Robert Lewandowski. The best moment of the game for either side came from Becker inside the penalty area. The angle was pretty tight, managed to zip a strike away, and over Ter Stegen's goal and away for a goal kick in the end. Now Becker on the run again on the left-hand side for Real Sociedad. He is the outlet, and Barcelona trying to win the ball back and doing so well initially through Kunde, and free kick goes in favour of Barcelona. They will take it now deep inside their own half, effectively causing one or two problems for the Barcelona back line. Here are Barcelona once again outside the penalty area. It goes all the way back to Ter Stegen again. Here come Barcelona once more inside the penalty area. Barcelona moving the ball forward now through the back. 2 when they won it. Cut off 81 and 82. All going for the club. A bit of raise as well. Thrown into the penalty area for Real Sociedad, and Barcelona will try and break away, but Traore gets a touch on it. Real Sociedad are now back in possession. Regathered now by Real Sociedad just outside the centre circle. Here come Real Sociedad once again, gathered at the back, and they're moving the ball intelligently. And it's been a pretty even opening 10 minutes of the game in Spain tonight. This game between Barcelona and Real Sociedad, just the one chance really for Becker in the game so far, and Real Sociedad moving the ball down the line, but ultimately the ball is back comfortably with Barcelona, with Kubasi. Kubasi goes back to the left-hand side now, and Cancelo. Barcelona working intelligently down the line, and Cancelo does regather. And Cancelo had Pedri with him, the highly rated Pedri. He's a real talented footballer. So like Barcelona will be absolutely adamant. They've got pretty smartly back inside their own half, and only Robert Lewandowski is applying any kind of high press to Barcelona. Now more will join him. He's trying to join as Real Sociedad try and play out from the back, can't do so though. Robert Lewandowski very nearly got on the end of that ball. Marcelo had dipped in, and now Robert Lewandowski, talk about the high press, talk about the work ethic from Robert Lewandowski, very impressive indeed. Lewandowski threw into the penalty, it wasn't a bad one. He was looking for the run over Rafinha. In the game as well. Yamal had started on the left-hand side, Rafinha on the right, but has switched inside the opening 12 minutes, so it's now Rafinha on the left-hand side, and it's gathered by Cancelo. And now Martinez keeps it moving, and the ball is played now to the right-hand side once again, and Yamal. And here is Yamal. Yamal is trying to nudge the ball forward, but he gives it away. And here come Real Sociedad. And we've only had the one chance in the game, Real Sociedad. I mean, it's the best chance by either side though. Becker striking over the crossbar from a tight angle. 12 minutes on the clock. Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. Real Sociedad have the ball just in the confines of their own penalty area, playing out from the back through Traore. Traore is 1 yard in from the touchline on the right hand side, tries to go down the line, can't quite do so adequately. The ball is out of play for a throw in to Barcelona. So Barcelona now have a throw. The ball is out of play, and it's really been a mixed start, has it, for Barcelona in the game. Been able to establish too much momentum or fluidity in it. Real Sociedad are pressing high, but Ter Stegen will gather the ball just outside the penalty area on the right hand side for Barcelona. It's back now with Martinez and Kubasi. Now Ter Stegen once again, and Ter Stegen's got the option of Cancelo to his left hand side. He's getting chalk in his boots on that left hand touchline. Ter Stegen pulled back down through the middle towards the run of Rafinha. Instead he goes short, and Barcelona will play out from the back once more. And here come Barcelona. Barcelona do regather the ball, but that's going to be a free kick, is it? Free kick for Real Sociedad. Yes, it is. Right up halfway. Real Sociedad give themselves a free kick. It's concerning, just down with that right leg in, and the Norwegian fouled for the Entes, and so it is a Real Sociedad free kick, and it's taken a relatively quickly. 40 minutes on the clock. Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. We've got a change here because Becker does gather. There's a lot of tension here. Real Sociedad now got numbers over on the right hand side, one of which is Traore. Can Traore keep in play as he can? Traore hangs up the cross ball in the back post, but not properly clear. It might break inside the penalty area. There was one or two. Produce a moment that mattered for Barcelona. Here come Barcelona once again though, and it is Pedri. Pedri flicks it to Yamal. Yamal now on the right hand side. Gathered, and Pedri will collect again. Pedri goes back inside, but all of a sudden Barcelona working neatly, and Martinez has the ball. And Martinez floats it to his left hand side, and it's neatly mopped up by possession in these kind of areas for Barcelona. And the problem really has been creating a moment of magic in the final third to create special and to find a way past this Real Sociedad's back line. I think Xavi will be pretty frustrated at how his side have played so far in the game, because it's really been enough zip and purpose and pace. And of course, the fact is that Barcelona can't win the title because Real Madrid have already won the title, and they can't not finish in the Champions League spot. So there is, of course, that added question of where does the motivation come from. But I do believe that wanting and needing in many ways to finish above Girona, local bragging rights certainly comes into play. Look at Barcelona this season. It's a fair amount of goals, but 70 goals. Girona have scored more than them. Now they've conceded though this season defensively. Conceded 3 goals. Have Barcelona in 34 games. Just to put that into a little bit of context, when you go down the league table, you can see Valencia at 9th in their scores. Only conceded, I should say, 39 goals. So really, it's offensive liabilities of Barcelona that caused the problems this season. We're just joining us at the Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. There haven't really been too many big chances in the game. The game just entered a little bit of a flat 5 minutes or so. And it is Barcelona who do have a throw in on the right hand side. Taking quickly, Barcelona have the ball just outside the centre circle. Gathered by Christensen. All of a sudden, Barcelona have got a few more bodies involved in this attack. And this possession to the right hand side. Now Martinez will gather. Martinez just left the centre now. Martinez the centre back. So all the way back to Ter Stegen. And Ter Stegen wheels it out the back, and he's seen more of the ball than anyone, I think, so far in the game as Ter Stegen. It's for Real Sociedad this season. Then it's just been a case really of scoring goals. It's been a bit of a problem for Real Sociedad. 48 goals for their name. Frustrating element to things. Opened up his body and looked to pass the ball beyond Ter Stegen. The goalkeeper was there, and Ter Stegen stood up true and firm and kept the score at 0-0. But really, Becker is the danger man. He just shrugged his man off the ball, did Becker. Just had no time whatsoever for Kubasi. Just shoulder to shoulder with him, just pushed him off the ball. And then inside the penalty area on the left-hand side, managed to eventually get his strike away, but Ter Stegen was there. So the 2 chances of the game have fallen for Real Sociedad, and the 2 chances of the game have fallen for Becker. So we will see if Barcelona can find a way to really come back into the game. Ronaldo Becker, 29 years of age, signed for Union Berlin this year. Here is Rafinha on the left-hand side now for Barcelona. Rafinha inside the penalty. As Rafinha with the cut-back. It's not a bad cut-back either, but just not quite on the same wavelength as Yamal and Lewandowski have made the runs inside the confines of the penalty area. And Real Sociedad try and move the ball out for the back, and 20 minutes on the clock, and Real Sociedad moving it really nicely, and now they have options on the left-hand side. They've got full players forward in this attack, and Real Sociedad approaching the edge of the penalty area. The striker goal eventually had a bit of zip and pace on it from Oyarzabal, but it was just over the crossbar really harmlessly. But Barcelona haven't got going, and I think Xavi will be absolutely really frustrated at the fact that his side just have been sluggish in possession, giving the ball away cheaply, and they haven't really managed to test Ramiro in the Real Sociedad goal whatsoever. So Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. It's been the away side who've had the better of the chances. Barcelona have had more of the ball, and it is Barcelona who are in possession just outside the centre circle, and they nick the ball in towards Pedri, who gives it away cheaply, and now here is Becker. Becker 40 yards from goal. Becker's flanked by 3 Barcelona players, and Real Sociedad want a free kick. Are they going to get one? No. It's good officiating. It's just a strong challenge, and Barcelona come away with the ball once again. Barcelona have it through Christensen. Christensen to Yamal. Yamal turns it around the corner. I think he was looking for the runner. Geraldo Becker was the one. It's so tight. I think he is just about offside as we're looking at the replay here, but Becker just nodded the ball past this man and thrashed the ball into the back of the net, and it will remain Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0 as this VAR check is ongoing. And they've allowed Real Sociedad opportunities. Barcelona now have the ball on the right hand side. Barcelona are moving it with Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen now is just outside his own 6-yard box, and Barcelona created nothing in the opening 24 minutes of the game, and Real Sociedad have had a goal chalked out from Becker, and Becker also firing into the arms of Ter Stegen, well placed inside the penalty area. So really it's been all Becker so far in the game, and here come Barcelona, and Pedri's going to try and keep it moving on that right hand side. He flicks it to his right hand side, and Barcelona come forwards again, and here is Pedri, and Pedri goes to Christensen, and Christensen inside again, and now Pedri goes out to his left hand side and finds Cancelo one-on-one on the left hand side. Cancelo on his right foot finds Pedri again. Everyone behind the ball now for Real Sociedad, and Barcelona have it again just outside the area. Barcelona are moving the ball really intelligently for the first time in the game, really just starting to play with a little bit more zip on it. Possession's fairly even in the game, but all the big chances so far have fallen for Real Sociedad. Barcelona, here calls for concern for Xavi, because I think it's Barcelona have the ball now just on the edge of the penalty area. Lewandowski now with a yard of space looking for a free kick. I don't think he's going to get a free kick for that. I think that's good refereeing, and could be an opportunity now for Barcelona, but Yamal was trying to find a way through, and Real Sociedad hack it away. It's really been difficult for Barcelona in the game to get Yamal and Rafinha into the game and get them in the kind of positions where they can take on the back four, and just a moment where Yamal had managed to squeeze a little opening out of it, and eventually he rather missed his kick as Pacheco came in, and Lewandowski just prior to that and wanted a free kick to be given in his favour. Nothing doing, and Real Sociedad will feed the ball back to Ramiro. Ramiro goes out to his right hand side, and Real Sociedad will move it away, and really with 27 or just shy there of minutes played, it has been very unimpressive so far, you'd have to say, for Barcelona. And so Real Sociedad will come away with the ball, and Real Sociedad have it right on halfway. It's worked now neatly enough by Torrientes, and now Real Sociedad gather with Traore, and Traore collects it on that right hand side, and be an opportunity now for Real Sociedad to pull a little bit faster on that left hand side, but not so. And Real Sociedad at the moment just got more composure of the two teams. They're the side that have created the opportunities for the game. Here is Traore on that right hand side. Barcelona, of course, seeking to go second in the La Liga table, and Real Sociedad looking for a European, I should say, place finish in the league. I think given the fact they finished in the Champions League spots last season, it would be really disappointing if they didn't have participation in European football in 24-25. It's gathered now by Real Sociedad at the back and helped towards halfway, and Real Sociedad working around really intelligently. Barcelona now have the ball back, and Barcelona trying to move it towards the edge of the penalty area. Real Sociedad come away with the ball. Real Sociedad move it now to the left hand side, and have it now with Torrientes again. He's starting to run the play. Torrientes and Merino inside the centre circle are just starting to dominate things with 28.5 minutes played. Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0 is the score. Really better chances in the game of falling for the away side. The Basque country tonight, and it is Ter Stegen who flicks the ball long, and it's regathered now by Barcelona, and it's just a little bit second gear really for this Barcelona side. You've got the sense out there that there's too much jeopardy in terms of their performance, in terms of like what they need to do. They know that the league title's gone and Real Madrid have won it. They know that they are going to finish in the Champions League places no matter what. I think that really is reflected in just how Barcelona are operating tonight. The ball is visible looking towards the run of Yamal. Hasn't quite come off though, and Barcelona are trying to find a way through once again. Ball is at the back now with Ramiro. Ramiro just waited for Lewandowski to get within 2 meters of him, and then he moved forward with the ball and pushed it long, looking for Real Sociedad to latch on the end of it, but couldn't quite do so. Gathered by Kunde, and Kunde now feeds it to his left-hand side and finds Martinez, and Martinez flicks it up towards halfway, but Real Sociedad win it back, and here is Traore. Traore trying to find a way through, but Barcelona get the toe in on the edge of the penalty area, and Barcelona now will move forwards with Pedri, and Barcelona got bodies forward on this left-hand side, and one of which is Lewandowski. Lewandowski peeling away to that left-hand side, now seeking support. Lewandowski finds the support inside in the form of Gundogan, and it is Barcelona who have it once again on the right-hand side, and they've regathered the ball in a pretty good area, and forward come Barcelona once more. Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0, the score, and ball is fed into the penalty area towards Lewandowski with a header. That is catching practice for Ramiro, but nonetheless it goes down as an attempt on goal, and Barcelona haven't really had too many of those in the game so far. So Lewandowski and Barcelona, I think they'll be pleased to at least some kind of inroads towards the opposition goal, and it is Real Sociedad who move away with the ball, and they have it just outside their own penalty area, and now it's gathered intelligently by Merino, and Real Sociedad very content to play football in these kind of areas, because they're right back to the goalkeeper now, Ramiro. Ramiro considered the short ball, but eventually Ramiro decides to go a little bit longer up towards halfway. Barcelona though will win it back, and it's gathered by Cancelo. Cancelo has the ball on the left hand side, and Barcelona are moving it nicely. Here is Pedri. Christensen finds the ball at his feet again. Christensen goes to his left hand side, and it's gathered now by Martinez, and Martinez on the left hand side feeds it back inside, and Barcelona work it nicely on the right hand side once more, and Barcelona regather it. It's a little pirouette which is intelligently done by Kunde, and they're just moving it around once again. Our Barcelona, still the game remains 0-0, and still we haven't really seen a clear-cut goal scoring opportunity for Barcelona with 33 minutes played, just shy thereof. So Barcelona have the ball right on halfway. Cancelo does gather. Cancelo goes inside to Pedri. Cancelo once again. Cancelo goes back inside looking for Kubasi, and he two centre-backs flipping the ball around between themselves. Now they go down the line looking for Rafinha. Doesn't quite come on. Real Sociedad with the ball back. And Real Sociedad want a free kick. They're not going to get it though. And Barcelona bring the ball away. And now here's an opportunity for Barcelona to move the ball on that left-hand side. And they have it now. It's a little bit too thick, is it, for Robert Lewandowski? Yes, it is. So Real Sociedad now have a free kick on 33 minutes, deep inside their own half. So Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. Just joining us, the best chance of the game probably falling to Becker, Geraldo Becker. He's been the player who's looked most likely from either side to score in the game. Did have one goal chalked out for offside, and another one-on-one that was well saved by Ter Stegen, and another strike as well. In addition to that, just prior to those two, which is over the crossbar early doors. Real Sociedad have the ball on the right-hand side. Barcelona with it back intelligently, and it's gathered now by Barcelona on that left-hand side. They have the ball once again. It's collected now. It's fouled again. Nibble going to try to press high for Rafinha and Lewandowski. Doesn't quite come off. Now it might. Barcelona do win it back. And Lewandowski goes inside towards Rafinha. Rafinha through 1 and 2. Rafinha gets the strike away. But in the end, there's enough Real Sociedad bodies back there to alleviate the danger. Real Sociedad have the ball on the left-hand side. Real Sociedad are working it nicely down the flank. And Barcelona win it back. And it's all a little bit messy from both sides, but now Real Sociedad have the ball inside the centre circle, and they're trying to work it now to the right-hand side of Traoré, and they do just that. And Traoré has the opportunity to go 5 yards back inside. This Traoré, and now it's gathered by Real Sociedad again, and they're all in comfortable these kind of positions to pop the ball around, and it's gathered now by Traoré. And Traoré tried to make him roll down that right-hand side, didn't quite come on, and forward comes Barcelona with Cancelo on that left-hand side, but Cancelo doesn't gather. Traoré seeing hold of the ball, regathers for Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad have the ball just outside the centre circle. Real Sociedad go to their right-hand side. It's a little bit of keep ball from the away side inside the centre circle. And now it's regathered by Barcelona. One of the key elements that will very much frustrate Xavi is just the lack of quality in the final third that they've shown Barcelona, the lack of ingenuity, the lack of real desire to go and create chances in the game as well. And Rafinha is just hobbling a little bit off the ball. Barcelona have the ball inside their own half, and Rafinha just momentarily looked a little bit shaken by one or two things, and just to see off that injury, just left leg momentarily. And now it's an opportunity for Barcelona off the post. It was a really good strike initially, and eventually it was Rafinha's hit from range. It's the closest Barcelona have come in the game. Xavi on the touchline elicits a bit of applause really from the coach, because it was a really nice hit from range. Fell neatly for Rafinha after good work in the centre of the pitch from Barcelona to try to carve a way through. Eventually Rafinha just took the ball out of his feet, left-footed, had a ping and struck the inside of the post, and when it came back for Gundogan, he just couldn't quite set himself adequately, and the ball went over the crossbar. But in fairness, I think, to Gundogan, it comes at him really quickly and kind of ricochets off his shin. The chances for Rafinha, and Barcelona, who created absolutely nothing in the game so far, do have a moment to cling on to at least. Rafinha's effort coming back off the post, but it remains Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 0. Will that kick Barcelona into life? Barcelona have the ball now on the left-hand side, and Rafinha really and Yamal have been really quiet in the game so far, and that will just perhaps give Xavi and Barcelona a little bit of added impetus and a belief that they are close to finding the breakthrough. Rafinha, we know all about his quality. I mean, really talented footballer, Rafinha. And in terms of this season, season. 5 goals in the league in 27 games. I mean, two that feel as though his goal contribution should be bigger. It's across the ball really for Barcelona. Managed to tighten up defensively or score enough goals, and that's why they're so far adrift of Real Madrid. And Barcelona have the ball now through Lewandowski. Lewandowski with a pivot. Lewandowski does really well to feed the ball through intelligently. Could be an opportunity now for Barcelona. And there's the effort. There's the goal. And it is a really, really well taken goal by the young man. It's Yamal who sweeps it home. And how's that for a 16-year-old? One of the most talented teenagers on the continent scores for Barcelona. It was a sweeping, free-flowing move. And well, when as soon as Yamal had the ball played into his feet, he didn't need a second invitation. He just passed it home. Beautifully done. And Barcelona, who struck the post a moment or so ago through Rafinha, do have the opening goal. Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Well, they worked it really nicely, did Barcelona. It was really intelligently done inside the Real Sociedad half, and then they came steaming forwards, and well, he's clearly onside, is Yamal. It was nicely done in terms of the creation to him from Gundogan. Just fed it into his path, and Yamal's not going to miss from there. He's got far too much quality, far too much talent, and when the ball came to him on his left foot, he just opened up his body, slotted it past the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. It's the kind of finish that he makes look so easy. In reality, he's still had a little bit to do, but it's a very, very smart finish. And on 40 minutes, Barcelona have the lead. It's fair to say they haven't played as they would like in this opening half, Barcelona, but they've scored a lovely goal, and that will at least appease one or two inside this ground, I think, because Real Sociedad more than held their own in this first half. But it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona have the ball, and it is gathered now by Barcelona on the left-hand side and collected by Cancelo. And Cancelo has the ball on that left-hand side. And Barcelona once more in possession. And I wonder now if they're going to try and nick a second before half-time, because maybe Barcelona, they've got a little bit more to them after that goal from the young man, Yamal. And Barcelona do have the ball at the back and moving it around neatly, and it's gathered by Martinez, and it's back now with Ter Stegen. Talk about the quality that Yamal's got. I mean, just a really wonderful footballer to watch, isn't he? Saw him play a game last season, his first appearance in 2023. This season, I mean, it's his 7th game tonight for his club. 16-year-old as well. I mean, something special, isn't it? Big chance at the other end now, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad have the ball right on halfway. And goal scored by Yamal separates the two sides. But I think Real Sociedad, if we are to go in at half-time 1-0 to the hosts, they will be very much considering the fact that they got another opportunity here, and it's Becker inside the penalty area. Becker's effort is pulled wide of the upright, and really he has been the thorn in the Barcelona defence tonight, because he's had so many chances, Geraldo Becker, and again, it's not easy because he's got a couple of Barcelona players coming really close to him, but nonetheless, Becker should be testing the goalkeeper from that kind of range. And when you think about the chances he's had, it's only one of those chances, and he's had 3 or 4 that he's managed to extract a save from the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. Nonetheless, a very good outlet for Real Sociedad, and the player who's looked most likely by far, really. And it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. That is the score in the game so far. Yamal with the goal. So, free kick now for Barcelona as we kind of nudge towards half-time. It's been an interesting half in many ways, because Barcelona have had an awful lot of the ball, haven't really been able to do much with it until that goal scored by Yamal. And it's Prior to that, it was Rafinha who struck the post, and here come Barcelona once again. It's Lewandowski. Lewandowski on the left-hand side inside the penalty area. Lewandowski's looking for a cutback. Lewandowski is twisting and turning. Lewandowski tries to beat the square, and to no one in particular. And Real Sociedad won the ball back, but Barcelona biting back in again. And now we're seeing a bit more of the Barcelona that you really do expect when you see them play. There's a tempo now and a fluidity about them going forwards. They approach the 45-minute mark. Barcelona now with Lewandowski. Lewandowski just outside the penalty area. It's really cleverly done inside the penalty area for Barcelona. They want a penalty, they're not going to get one. It's cut back now for Yamal, who feeds it towards the back post of Lewandowski, but just above Lewandowski and out of play for a throw. And I think for the first time in the game, really, what we've seen more than anything is Rafinha and Yamal in the last 10 minutes have become increasingly involved in the game and moving around really nicely. And Barcelona wanted a penalty in the heart of all that. I mean, I think the referee called it spot on in real time. He didn't give a penalty. VAR has had a look. The ball is played up and over halfway. And Real Sociedad flick it up towards the edge of the penalty area. Barcelona win it back. We're going to play the one additional minute at the end of the opening 45, and we've played a good chunk of that now, and Ter Stegen will gather the ball for Barcelona as they have the ball down the left hand side. It's the time for one last attack in the game for Barcelona. It's fed forward really intelligently. It could be an opportunity now for Barcelona as they try and pick the ball up with Lewandowski, who sweeps it to his right hand side. It's gathered now by Yamal. Lewandowski once again. Lewandowski trying to find a way through, couldn't find a way through, and it is Real Sociedad who bring it away, and Barcelona now coming forwards. And the whistle does go for half time. Well, the first half ended with a bit of a higher tempo really in the end. Barcelona leading by a goal to nil. The young man, the 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, with a goal after a sweeping Barcelona move to give them the lead after Rafinha had earlier hit the post. But make no mistake about it, Real Sociedad had chances in the game. Absolutely they did, because before Gundogan set up Yamal for that goal for Barcelona, Becker had a couple of really decent opportunities for Real Sociedad. Extracted one good save from Ter Stegen and struck a couple off target in the end. Half time, and Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0.
the man most likely to make things happen for them. He had a couple of one-on-one situations, did have the ball in the back of the net, which was chalked out for offside. Then he extracted a very good save from Ter Stegen as well. So Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 the score, and it will be Real Sociedad to get us up and underway at the start of the second half. Real Sociedad certainly played some decent stuff in the opening 45 minutes, and I think there was certainly a suggestion that will be a little bit frustrated that they haven't quite managed to produce something different in the game and managed to find a goal, really. Barcelona with that only moment of the game, and Yamal scoring, and it was a really well taken goal as well from the 16-year-old, can you believe, just swept it home so intelligently. In terms of the context for this game, well, Barcelona, they are trying to finish second in the La Liga standings. That's really the best they can hope for this season, and for Real Sociedad it's all about acquiring a top 6 place, because with it comes participation in European football next year. This is a little bit of a delay prior to the start of the second half. The referee's gone across to talk with one or two members of both coaching staffs, and eventually I think the referee is he trots away with a little bit of a smile, and he's content that play now can get up and underway at the start of the second period. So it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0, and we are up and underway at the start of the second half, and what is a pretty mild spring evening in this part of Spain. Happy all day, but no doubt as Barcelona couple right at the start of the second half, and here could be an opportunity for Rafinha. Rafinha's inside the penalty area, still Rafinha just loses the physical battle in the end as Rafinha, and Real Sociedad come away with the ball. And Rafinha and Yamal, they were very quiet, both of them inside the opening half hour of the game, just suddenly came to life for Barcelona in the last 15 minutes of that first half, and that's really what changed things, because Lewandowski was really isolated and just couldn't quite tally up really with the likes of Rafinha and Gundogan and Yamal, but increasingly he did so towards the end of that second half, towards the end of that first half I should say. The start of the second half, and it's Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad. Barcelona have the ball just outside their own penalty area. Ter Stegen just collects on his right foot, also stuns over it, presses the ball 5 yards to his right hand side, and Gubasi has plenty of grass in front of him, tips the ball into midfield. Barcelona working the ball on the right hand side, and Gundogan with the touch inside. It's all Barcelona down their right hand side. Real Sociedad with a high press, and the ball is back from Kunde, and he goes back to Ter Stegen, and Barcelona switch the play now to the left hand side. It's been a really disappointing trophy this season for the Catalan Giants, and it's a season which there'll be a big inquest in over the course of the summer. The coverage of Spanish football within the country is absolutely phenomenal. Even the daily Spanish football papers, there's always so much emphasis on the micro-analytical elements of the biggest clubs on the continent. Real Sociedad sliced the ball away and out of play for a corner kick. It was a really strange moment, if truth be told, because there's absolutely no pressure near Elizondo, but he still sliced the ball out of play for a corner kick. So it will be a corner kick now for Barcelona, and then for Sociedad. And Yamal goes down, and he's back on his feet now, and Pedri keeps it moving for Barcelona. Now it's zipped in towards Lewandowski. That was certainly the intention from Cancelo. Barcelona just reprocesses the ball. Pedri has it, goes back towards the halfway line, and Barcelona try and come forwards once again. And here is an opportunity for Becker to stretch his legs for Real Sociedad, and Ter Stegen very much alive to the situation and to the danger. And Barcelona regather. All played forward now by Yamal. Yamal on the right hand side, goes inside intelligently to Pedri. Pedri keeps it moving and pushes the ball to the left hand side. All of a sudden now Barcelona regather. Barcelona have the ball with Pedri. Pedri making it 10. Pedri cuts inside the Christensen. Christensen once more. Now Pedri. All of this being played inside the Real Sociedad half. Pedri gathers it. Pedri goes to his left hand side. Barcelona keep ball with the Catalans. And here come Barcelona once again.
No free kicks, says the referee. Now the ball is flicked in towards Rafinha, above Rafinha. Michael for Lewandowski. Might still call for Lewandowski. Michael for Rafinha. And eventually Real Sociedad get a free kick inside the confines of the penalty area. And that will be a yellow card as well, has been brandished for Gundogan, because Gundogan had a high boot. That was enough for the referee to award the free kick and give the yellow card as well. The boot was high for Gundogan, but I think in fairness to Gundogan, he's going for the ball, and the Norman just ducks his head almost to try to make contact with the ball. So it is going to be a free kick for Real Sociedad inside their own penalty area. Referee's just explaining one or two things to one or two players who are unhappy, I think, with that yellow card being awarded, but a yellow card has been awarded, and Gundogan is penalised. It's going to be a free kick now for Real Sociedad inside their own penalty area. So it is 51 minutes on the clock, and it's Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 the score. Gundogan is the man penalised. Goal scorer Yamal, who scored the goal that separates the two sides. It was a lovely goal as well. It's good that you had the assist for it, and really, I mean, running out of superlatives really for quality that Yamal has got. Ability he's got on the ball, the swagger showcases talent. Very, very impressive. And it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. So, at the end of all that minor delay, the Norman is okay. He's managed to shake off that injury. Gundogan gets a yellow card for his troubles for the high boot. It's going to be a free kick now for Real Sociedad. Free kick then inside their own penalty area. And they just flick it to the right-hand side. And Elizondo was there initially, and Real Sociedad, as they have been doing all night, were comfortable and confident in trying to play those little triangles in and around their own 6-yard box and work out from the back. Didn't quite come off though on that occasion, and Barcelona have the ball once more. Thrown for Barcelona on the left-hand side. Thrown which will be taken, and Barcelona gather once more with Pedri. Pedri considered twisting left and right. Pedri still involved in the play. Pedri goes to his right-hand side, and Pedri gathers once again, and Barcelona gather once again. Ball is collected now by Barcelona and Kubasi. Kubasi cuts in field, and Barcelona are working it nicely. Barcelona just having lots of the ball inside the centre circle. Now Rafinha was trying to nip away, couldn't quite do so, and it is Real Sociedad who are moving the ball intelligently now on the left-hand side. An opportunity now for Aramburu, but well, there's a bit of a disagreement now between the referee and Yamal, because Yamal feels as though the ball came off the Sociedad player and should be a goal kick. The referee didn't see it that way. It's going to be a corner, and the replay would suggest that Yamal has absolutely got a point. But a corner kick has been awarded, and it will be a corner kick now for Real Sociedad. And they have a corner kick which will be taken by Torrientes. Torrientes tried to ride the challenge, can't quite do so. And Real Sociedad will bring the ball away, and Becker's the player who's on the last line, and Becker's been offside a few times during the course of the game so far. Once again straight beyond the last line. Barcelona have the ball in their left back slot. The game has just slowed down in terms of pace and urgency a little bit in the last 5 minutes, and it is Barcelona who have it on the right hand side. Yamal was calling for it. Yamal does gather, and as soon as he saw the ball, it's flanked by two Real Sociedad players, and that is something that he's absolutely going to have to get used to in the game, because I think it's going to be a feature of when he plays that he's going to be really flanked by 2 or 3 players, and he's going to have that difficulty in managing to escape, and he's got to find alternative ways to do so. Stretch out his talent in many ways. Barcelona have the ball on the right hand side, gathered by Yamal. Yamal glides inside with ease. Yamal still going. Yamal past 1 and 2, and Yamal now stretches towards the edge of the penalty area and tries to jink a way through. That's going to be a free kick for Barcelona, and it will be a yellow card as well, because Arambaru was just holding on to Yamal's shirt, and certainly Yamal just drops the shoulder like that. He's got a low centre of gravity, he can jink and move in and out, and got good balance and pace as well. Such a wide variety of different attributes, just the young man. So much improvement as well, I'm sure, to come in his game. So it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona have a free kick, and there's a couple of players standing over it, one of which is Rafinha. And it looks as though Rafinha Gundogan is going to take the set piece. So, just to the right of centre, 2 yards from goal, plenty of players on the edge of the penalty area. Mencius taken to Yamal on the right-hand side short. Yamal goes back inside towards Rafinha. Rafinha left-footed, scoops it into a half-decent area, but it's away for Barcelona. And Barcelona now will regather. Martinez goes all the way back to Ter Stegen. And it is certainly going to be a very interesting closing half hour or so here, because at some point Real Sociedad are going to have to throw caution to the wind. There's plenty at stake for Real Sociedad. I mean, they really do want a top 6 finish in La Liga. They want an opportunity to play in European football next season. They've got a taste for it, of course, and in the Champions League this season. They won't want to drop out of that top 6. And for Real Sociedad, it's a really, really big an important game, an important half hour here. Yes, of course, there's games to come, and yes, there's opportunities for Real Sociedad, but it's not the easiest running, you would say, for Real Sociedad, because they're home against Valencia, then they're away at Betis, always tough, and they're home against Atletico Madrid. So not an easy running whatsoever for Real Sociedad. And it is Barcelona who have the ball once again on that right hand side, and Barcelona know that victory for them tonight would take them on to 76 points, and loss for Real Sociedad will keep them out of the top 6, which is perhaps give Betis and Valencia a bit of encouragement. I mean, if you look at the size they've still got to play, Valencia currently 8th in the table, Betis in 6th, and Atletico Madrid in 4th, so really tough games to come. Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 is the score, and it is a goal from Lamine Yamal that separates the 2 sides. So area clearly is Real Sociedad up forward trying to find this equalising goal. They're going to leave gaps for Barcelona potentially to exploit going forward. So less than half an hour to play. Barcelona have the ball with Lewandowski. Lewandowski coming forwards now for Barcelona. He's got Yamal to his right hand side. Lewandowski finds Yamal, and Yamal now gathers and goes back inside, and is collected by Barcelona once again. Gathered now outside the centre circle. Barcelona have it again with Yamal. Yamal stretches his legs on the right hand side, going towards the edge of the penalty area, and Yamal tries to keep it in play, but couldn't quite. He was out of play for a goal kick. So Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 is the score, and the goal scored by Yamal. 62 minutes on the clock. It is Barcelona who have the advantage, and as it stands, they're going second in La Liga. Real Sociedad, though, trying to turn this around, and I think they will certainly believe that there's a moment or two in this game for them. Barcelona, as it stands, will be going second. still just so far adrift of Real Madrid, and when you look at the La Liga table, really does give you an insight to just how big the gulf is. I mean, if Barcelona do hang on to the victory today, 76 points, Real Madrid have 90, only lost one game all season, 22 goals in 35 games as well. And Barcelona keep coming forwards on the right hand side. It's really well done by Koundé, and it's going to be a free kick now for Barcelona. The yellow cards are coming out thick and fast because Pacheco goes into the no-book. So it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. It would have been a spectacular goal because Rafinha left-footed trying to find the top corner, and Ramiro outstretched to his right-hand side. I think in fairness to him, he rather read the situation. Rafinha picked it up just to the left of centre, and Rafinha left-footed just tried to arc it in, and Ramiro, the goalkeeper, gets a really strong right paw on it and puts it behind for a corner kick. So, corner kick for Barcelona, which will be taken on the left-hand side. Corner kick will be taken, and the arm is raised and hoisted into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper gets a little bit of a touch on it. Now it's Rafinha once more. Rafinha just hangs the ball into a dangerous area. Real Sociedad managed to clear. Rafinha with the touch, and Barcelona smashed the ball out of play and into touch, and Rafinha's not particularly happy with that. He feels that there should have been a bit more composed play prior to it, but Rafinha's certainly been all over this game. He's shot the post, he's had his mates Ramiro make a couple of good saves in the heart of the Real Sociedad goal. So it is gathered now by Real Sociedad, and Becker's the player who's trying to scamper after the ball, and Becker couldn't quite chase it down. Look at Becker, I mean, the chances he had in that first half, you wonder if he's going to get the same level of opportunities really in the second period. Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. 66 minutes on the clock. Real Sociedad, the away side, have a throw in, level with the edge of the Barcelona penalty area, and Barcelona have the ball just on the confines of the box, try to clear it but can't do so adequately. Now an opportunity for Real Sociedad inside the penalty area and slip wide of the upright. And what a massive opportunity that was for Real Sociedad, possibly their best chance of the game. It was really well played initially by Real Sociedad to put pressure on Barcelona so high up the pitch. Just couldn't quite find a way through initially, but my goodness, the final effort is dragged wide of the upright, and well, certainly be an inquest in the heart of the Barcelona defence. And here Barcelona come at the other end. Could be an opportunity now for Yamal. Yamal inside the penalty area. It's end-to-end stuff. The basketball game now, and just couldn't quite find a way through. Good Yamal. Real Sociedad at the other end with an opportunity that they couldn't take, and I think Real Sociedad now are going to try to make a couple of substitutions here. It was Mendes with the opportunity for Real Sociedad, but he couldn't quite find a way through in the end. So it remains Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona in turn are also readying a couple of substitutions, and it looks as though Roberto's going to come on. It'll be one of those. Some suggestion that the two others were warming up as well. We await to see those confirmed. Remains Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0, but that opportunity for Barcelona through Yamal a moment or so ago will just be a bit of a warning sign for Real Sociedad as they inevitably have to push forward seeking an equalising goal, and they very nearly got that equalising goal just a moment or so ago with Mendes inside the penalty area. So 67 minutes on the clock. Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Real Sociedad give the ball away to Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski was trying to just squirm away through, couldn't quite do so. And Ramiro will play out from the back, and Ramiro just wedges the ball to the right hand side for Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad have the ball once again, and they have the ball just shy of halfway, and they played it intelligently into a very good area as well. And there's options now on the left hand side with Aramburu left footed, hooks the ball into a half-decent area, and it's kept alive too by Traore. Traore just cuts it in field. Marino now. Marino on the edge of the penalty area, trying to find Becker, couldn't quite find him, and the ball's out of play for a Real Sociedad throw on their right-hand side. So the substitutions now are incoming for both sides, and looks as though Lopez, Roberto are the two players that come on for Barcelona, and Pedri and Christensen are going to be the two players to be replaced. So confirmation that Roberto is coming on, Christensen is the player who's coming off, but also confirmation that Pedri is going to be replaced by Lopez. And so Real Sociedad also lining up substitutions, and we wait to see how that comes in as Pacheco's off for Real Sociedad, and Turney is the player who comes on in his place. There's going to be another substitution as well, as Becker's coming off, and Take is the player who's coming on. I've got to say I'm a little bit surprised about that, because yes, Becker's been quieter in the second period, but the chances that he really made, in the first half, and the opportunities he made, certainly you would have thought he would have been one of the players to stay on for Real Sociedad out there today. And there is the ball played into the penalty area once more. Third substitution actually for Real Sociedad incoming, as Arambaru is off, and Berencha is the player who's coming on. Now Barcelona have the ball on the left hand side. Barcelona switching intelligently for Yamal. Yamal goes inside, and Yamal wants it back on that right hand side. He gets it back to the teenager, but he's robbed of possession. And ball will come Real Sociedad, but the whistle's gone, and the decision actually has gone against Tierney. He's been on the pitch for about a minute, less so, and it is a free kick then for Barcelona, which Yamal is standing over. Yamal is standing over the set piece. It's on the right hand side, a few yards in fairness from the touchline, and it's taken inside for Barcelona, and they work the ball now to the left hand side, gathered by Barcelona once more, and it's Barcelona and Ter Stegen who have the ball inside their own penalty area. Less than 20 minutes to play, less than 20 minutes for Real Sociedad to try to find an equalising goal from somewhere, and it is Barcelona who have it. Lewandowski, and Lewandowski keeps it moving cleverly on that left hand side, and Barcelona have it once more, and still Barcelona do gather, and it's played to the right hand side of Barcelona now, and well, Yamal was calling for it. Yamal does get it indeed. The ball's played back inside now for Lewandowski, and Rafinha's involved. All of a sudden Barcelona are ticking the ball around really nicely. The intended pass was forward towards Lewandowski, didn't come off, and it's into the grateful arms of Ramiro in the Real Sociedad goal. This is a shot there of Xavi on the touchline, who is a pretty frustrated customer, he certainly looks like, because even though his side are leading by a goal to nil, there's definitely a feeling that there could be an opportunity for Real Sociedad in the game. And so it's gathered now by Real Sociedad on the right hand side. In comes the effort on goal. It's comfortable with the end for Ter Stegen, I think, and it's going to be Ter Stegen who just takes that one out of the night sky. The ball's had a little bit of move on it. In fairness, I don't think Ter Stegen really, apart from that early attempt from Beck, has had to make too many big saves tonight in the game. So Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 is the score, and they have it once more to Real Sociedad on the right hand side. They play it into a good area, and it's just about bundled behind for a goal kick, in fact, and a goal kick that will be taken by Ter Stegen. Time is now running out really for Real Sociedad to find a way through, and the first half. They did have a couple of opportunities that they couldn't manage to take, and it is one of those nights where you look back on potentially the chances that Becker had in the first half and wonder what if. But for Barcelona, credit to them, they took the goal through Yamal. He's come close a couple of times. Robert Lewandowski's engaged in a conversation with the referee, and the 35-year-old Pole is just making his case. So the referee says that the decision should have gone in his favour. As it stands, Barcelona going second in the La Liga standings. 16 minutes to play, plus added on time at the end of the game. The ball is knocked towards halfway, and Barcelona regather. Barcelona have it right on halfway, and it's played back to Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen launches the ball forward towards Robert Lewandowski, as ever the target. Might break now for Yamal on the right hand side, and does. Yamal, the youngster, does gather, and Yamal now with options inside. Yamal just pings it to his left hand side. The opening goal with the sea of bodies. Now there could be another chance for Barcelona, still not properly cleared by Real Sociedad. Yamal once more. Yamal just helps it into the area. Real Sociedad though, with so many bodies back there to alleviate the danger. Real Sociedad working neatly on that left-hand side with the substitute. It is Tierney, got a touch on it initially, but Barcelona very, very comfortable indeed to regather possession and regather the ball. And as it stands, it is Barcelona who are taking all 3 points. So Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona get a free kick inside their own half, and just a sense, I think, now that Barcelona have a bit of a better hold on this game, really. They did at times in the first half, and it looks as though Lewandowski is going to be the player to come off. Indeed, it is going to be Lewandowski to come off, and Ferran Torres will be the player who replaces him, and Lewandowski been a bit frustrated tonight. 35-year-old towards the supporters, quite been his night in terms of things falling for him, and he's played his part though. He's led the line, and it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Ferran Torres is on. Barcelona coming forwards again, and now might have an opportunity on the left-hand side as they approach the edge of the penalty area. It is Ferran Torres, and it's a wonderful save by Ramiro. Well, the substitute had only been on the pitch a matter of 10 seconds and very nearly scored a goal with his first touch. Might have been his second touch, in fact, because he just took one touch out of his feet and then directed the ball towards the bottom left-hand corner, and the goalkeeper Ramiro, with an outstretched left arm, managed to turn it behind for a corner kick. But Barcelona pressing for a second goal in the game. As yet, it remains Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Corner kick for Barcelona, which will be taken on the right-hand side. Left-footed Rafinha scoops it in. I think Rafinha was going for goal, you know, but the ball might have just drifted out of play before it swept back in, and Rafinha is smiling and just looking at the direction of the referee, because he feels as though maybe it was a legitimate attempted goal, which the goalkeeper did palm over the crossbar. And Robert Lewandowski, just a shot of him on the touchline monitors here, and he looked quite a frustrated figure. He will be frustrated with how things panned out today in terms of his individual performance, but the truth was beating the scraps in the first half, wasn't it? Barcelona have the ball once again, right on halfway. They've played well, played much better in the second half, I think, in terms of controlling the game, in terms of controlling the midfield. So, ball is going forward again for Barcelona. Ferran Torres was up there initially, and now Barcelona regather the ball, but unfairly so, says the referee. So it is Barcelona who do try to regather the ball right on halfway. Real Sociedad though back in possession. It's sloppily given away by Barcelona, and here come Real Sociedad once more. Throw in though for the away side right on halfway. There's going to be another substitution now for Real Sociedad. Yes, there is, and it will be another another substitution now for the away side. It's going to be a double substitution, in fact, I think. One or two players being ready to come on. Karian is one of those, and Odriozola is the other, and Traore and Mendes are the two players to come on. The game remains Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. So, throw in now for Real Sociedad on the halfway line, up and beyond halfway. Ball is out of play, and it will be a throw in once again for Real Sociedad, and Tierney will take it. Tierney then is going to launch a throw forward into the penalty area. Tierney for Real Sociedad. It goes deep inside the Barcelona penalty area, comes to the edge of the Barcelona penalty area. There's one or two appeals for it. Free kick to be awarded. It is awarded. It's awarded for Real Sociedad in a really good position. Well, Barcelona were adamant the decision should have gone for them. It's not so. And it's going to be a free kick for Real Sociedad just outside the edge of the penalty area. And it's a really good position this for Real Sociedad. They've struggled to create in the second half, and so this represents an opportunity to test Ter Stegen. 10 minutes left to play. And it is Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Still that goal scored by Yamal in the first half, separating the two teams. And the ball was played through, and now it's another chance at Barcelona, but Real Sociedad do have bodies back there. Really, it was just a little bit sloppy, really. They need to be careful, because as ever, when the game is just 1-0, absolutely anything can happen. And on both ends, you feel as though there could be an opportunity for another goal in the game. So, it's a corner kick now for Barcelona. Corner kick which they're going to take from the left-hand side, and it will be taken right-footed as well. Right-footed, hoisted into the penalty area. Real Sociedad managed to only partially clear, and eventually when the ball just looped back for Rafinha, right-footed on the volley, he helps the ball over the crossbar. That will just about be that in terms of Real Sociedad. Just barking one or two instructions and watching on, and Real Sociedad have the ball now at the back and outside the edge of their own penalty area, hoisted forward, and the ball is going to fall loosely for Barcelona once again. And Ter Stegen does gather, and Ter Stegen goes out to his right hand side, and Barcelona just pop the ball around at the back. 84 minutes on the clock, and Barcelona really just in cruise control here. Feels as though it would take a real moment of magic or an error, which of course is very much a possibility in the final 6 minutes or so for Real Sociedad to nick something in the game. Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0 is the score. Forward come Real Sociedad once more. Barcelona managed to get the ball back inside the centre of the park, and they want to launch a counter here to Barcelona, and they got bodies forward. There's an opportunity now as Ferran Torres does gather. He's got two players in support. Ferran Torres, he lays the ball square to the edge of the penalty. It's a great chance for Barcelona, great chance for Yamal, drops the shoulder, and he wanted to do a little bit too much, and he tried to walk it in, did Yamal, where he would have been better off having a ping first time, I think, because it was so quickly surrounded by Real Sociedad players. And Barcelona are frustrated at the fact that they're not 2 goals to the good. I think Yamal, who's in a similar position, would look to shoot, but just wanted to take that extra touch and didn't quite do so, really. So it is Barcelona in possession, seeking a second goal, and and Barcelona have the ball nicely, and Barcelona all of a sudden with an opportunity. It is Yamal with the effort, and it just creeps past the post, but suddenly the young man has got a sniff and wants a second goal, you feel, because he knows he's got a lot of space to work. Goalkeeper gets a palm on it, not really much more than that, if truth be told, and Barcelona have the ball just outside the centre circle. Going to creep up now towards the edge of the penalty area, but Real Sociedad back in possession. Real Sociedad coming forwards, and they move the ball intelligently on their right hand side. And Real Sociedad once again in possession, and Corrientes has been pretty busy, I'd have to say, but Real Sociedad, when things have been good for the away side, it is Corrientes who's been the player who looks most likely things happen in the game, really. Barcelona regather once more, and Barcelona have the ball inside the centre circle, and it's gathered now again by Real Sociedad, and possession exchanging hands pretty easily in the game as we approach the last 4 minutes of action, and it does remain Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona going second in the table, and they're going to go above their local rivals Girona, and Real Sociedad have left themselves a bit of a, not mountain decline, but certainly a difficult feat to finish in the top 6 in La Liga and get European football next season, because clearly the fact that they got 3 games against those in and around them, really the final 3 games of the season, is going to be problematic. We're not done just here yet though, as Barcelona got to defend into them. Real Sociedad clipped the ball towards the edge of the penalty area, gathered now by Barcelona, and they will try and break on the left hand side, and Rafinha is up in support, and all of a sudden Rafinha wants it. Rafinha does gather, and Rafinha's just inside the penalty area. Was he onside? Yes, he was. Rafinha with the cross, and stabbed away by Real Sociedad, and it comes to the edge of the penalty area. The decision is given, and it's a free kick for Barcelona with 87 minutes on the clock. They've got a free kick in a great position. So it is Barcelona who are a goal to the good against Real Sociedad, and it is going to be another substitution incoming for Barcelona, but they do have a free kick in the meantime, and it's a free kick in a pretty good position, pretty central. I think Rafinha's going to take this slightly too far up the cycle goal, 30 yards from goal, a bit more perhaps. Rafinha to the left of centre, and Rafinha now will take it. Rafinha left-footed for Barcelona. It is Rafinha who zips it through the wall, bounces inside the penalty area, and there's a big shout for a penalty for Barcelona. Referee saying no. Referee said the arm was in a natural position. Of course, VAR will check the situation, and well, we await to see if the decision is given for a penalty for Barcelona. The game is ongoing. No penalty was given in real time. 88.5 minutes played. Coming into full time at the Estadi Olímpic, and it's Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. And Barcelona have the ball once more inside the Real Sociedad half. So it's going to be an opportunity now for Barcelona to come again. 89 minutes played, no penalty was the decision there after the VAR check, and Ter Stegen gathers for Barcelona. It looks as though that goal from Yamal is going to be enough for those to be enough for Barcelona to pick up the 3 points and go to second in the La Liga table. And Barcelona tussling for the ball right on halfway. Quite happen though, and ball will come Real Sociedad once more. Real Sociedad have the ball 35 yards out. Real Sociedad work it neatly now to the left hand side. Eventually the ball taken to the penalty area, but that's been the case of the game. It's really, really torn to the final execution, and it is going to be a Ter Stegen comfortable gather. And so we have approached the 90-minute mark. We'll wait to see how many added on minutes there'll be at the end of the 90. So it is Barcelona who have the ball, and the Well, there's going to be a substitution now. The referee's he's not happy with one or two things. I think all game has been going on the edge of the... Well, there's going to be a VAR check here. He's going to check, I think. Well, I thought initially the referee wasn't happy with one or two things that were going on in the technical area, but actually there's a VAR check here, and it is going to be a VAR check for the handball inside the penalty area. And it's just going to be a chance for Barcelona to make it 2. So with stoppage time at the end of the 90, Barcelona 1, Real Sociedad 0. Referee having a long look at the VAR monitor, just assessing one or two things in terms of whether the decision should be brandished. But it's going to be a... Well, the handball was awarded, and so Barcelona have a penalty in stoppage time to make it 2-0, and this really would wrap up the points, and it would seal the victory for Barcelona and would ensure that they go to the second in the La Liga table. For Real Sociedad, it'd be a bit of a damaging defeat, really, this, because we leave them with quite a bit of work to do in the final 3 games to finish in the top 6. It would still technically be in their hands because they are playing sides around them, but Barcelona have a penalty now and an opportunity to make it 2-0. So it's going to be a penalty for Barcelona in stoppage time at the end of the 90. It will be Rafinha to take it. Rafinha, who's struck the post, he's extracted a couple of good saves on the goalkeeper as well. And Rafinha steps up for Barcelona to make it 2. Rafinha started running. Rafinha misses the penalty home, and Barcelona do take a 2-goal lead in the game. And that is all 3 points wrapped up for Football Club Barcelona. And they've done really well, have Barcelona in getting the second goal and just sealing this really as a contest. Penalty was awarded after the handball, and with no Lewandowski on the pitch, he was substituted earlier on. Rafinha just zips away the penalty and makes it 2-0, and that will be that. Rafinha's going to get yellow carded for his celebration. It was a celebration where he's taken off his shirt because he wants to give solidarity to those in Rio Grande do Sul, which is a state of Brazil that suffered some really bad flooding over the last week or so, and sadly some loss of life as well. To Alegre region of Brazil, right down the south of the country, and obviously Rafinha, the Brazilian, is very well aware of that situation, but nonetheless he does get yellow carded for the celebration. He tucked away the penalty left-footed, dipped it in the corner. It's Barcelona 2, Real Sociedad 0, and the game is done now as the contest, and Barcelona have the victory. So has played the 4 allocated minutes of the additional 4, but there will of course be 2 or 3 additional minutes added on here, you feel, because the VAR check took a couple of minutes, and then the ball was put on the back of the net as well. So Barcelona 2, Real Sociedad 0 the score. Yamal with the opening goal, Rafinha with the second goal to wrap it up for Barcelona, and it is Barcelona who are going second in La Liga, and another disappointing result really for Real Sociedad, because they just haven't really been able to produce any kind of form of late. This will now be 5 games, just 1 win from the last 5, as Real Sociedad won a free kick. Are they going to get it? No, they're not. Barcelona will bring the ball away, and Barcelona have the ball right on halfway, but the ball's just going to trickle out of play for Brian for Real Sociedad, but they'll be very well aware that time is ticking against them, and they will look at that game at home against Valencia at the weekend and know that's a really big result, and then they go away to Real Betis, and then they are home against Atletico Madrid on the final weekend of the season. So it is Barcelona 2, Real Sociedad 0, and it's a late victory confirmed by that Barcelona second goal, but really I think it was very much in the offing because of just how Barcelona have played and got the early goal in the game. And the full-time whistle does go. It is Barcelona 2, Real Sociedad 0. Barcelona go second in the La Liga standings, and Real Sociedad now have a real battle on their hands to finish in the top 6 and with again a place in European football. It was Yamal who scored the opening goal, a really smartly taken one, then Rafinha with the penalty late on. Football Club Barcelona 2, Real Sociedad 0, full-time score.